Hi, guys. Welcome back to another edition of 1,000 Movies Before You Die. Join us for our review of Strangeness in the Desert. Looking for something crazy and strange and technicolor and maybe film noir with some homoerotic undertones? You've come to the right place. Stick around and we're going to review Desert Fury here on 1,000 Movies Before You Die. All right, guys, welcome back. We're going to take a look at 1947's Desert Fury, starring Lisbeth Scott, Mary Astor, Burt Lancaster, Wendell Corey, and John Hudiak in this very strange. I don't know if it's a noir. I don't think it's a noir. It's kind of a melodrama with strange uh, love geometry, right? Basically, the story revolves around Paula, played by just 1,000 watt in Technicolor, Elizabeth Scott, who looks amazing in Technicolor. Um, and she is coming home from school. She's a dropout or a kicked out, I'm not sure. And she meets up with John Hudiak's character, Eddie Bendix, who is a criminal. We don't really get to see a lot of his criminal activity. But basically, he's a gambler, racketeer, and he's got a history in this town as well. And we've got Mary Astor, who is the mother of Paula, who runs a very successful but seedy casino. She's a powerful woman who is sort of looked down on in the town, but is also sort of runs the town. We've got Burt Lancaster, who plays the. This is actually Burt Lancaster's first movie, Ahead of the Killers, which was released first, but this movie was filmed first, so this is the first movie that he would have starred in. And he plays a sort of clean cut. I don't know if he's the sheriff, but he's the cop of the town. And then we've got introducing. He gets the introducing credit, so it would be his first movie. Wendell Corey as the partner of John Hudiak's Eddie. He plays Johnny, who, yeah, I'm not sure if it's his partner in crime or his partner in love. And that's kind of where the weirdness of this film begins. There's a very strange sexual geometry here. The standard love triangle would be, Elizabeth Scott's character gets home from school. She meets Eddie. He's a criminal. She falls for him, but she's got kind of a thing going with Tom, Burt Lancaster's character. He's the town cop. And there would be your love triangle right there, right? There'd be some crime being committed, and Burt Lancaster and Hudiak would duke it out for Elizabeth Scott. But there's a lot more going on here. Mary Astor, who is the mom, plays Fritzy. She's the mom of Elizabeth Scott. She could absolutely be her lover. I mean, if she was not her mom, but instead was a man and was just her boss, uh, she wouldn't have to change much to make this clearly a boss who's got the hots for this younger woman because, she says some stuff, some quotes that she's got, where, she's basically says things like, she calls her baby all the time, right? You look hot, baby, things like that. You look good to me, baby. Nice and fresh and alive. I like to see you dressed up. And just other things like that, that just make it very strange. But that's pales compared to the other strange love dynamic, which is Johnny and Eddie. Eddie and Johnny roll into town together. The way Eddie talks to Johnny, he's sort of the dominant partner here. Johnny is the housewife, where they live together. He's doing all the housework. When Elizabeth Scott comes over and tries to do some of it, he takes it away from her and says, I don't want to be out of a job. He gets very jealous of Elizabeth Scott to the point where John Hudiak slaps him in the face, and basically he's treated like the gangsters, hard luck, beleaguered girlfriend or wife in this. And he's very jealous of Elizabeth Scott's character. So you have sort of a love pentagon where you've got Paula, Elizabeth Scott's character, falling for John Hudiak's character Eddie, but you've got Mary Astor, who plays, like I said, strange mom here, who wants to break them up because she has a strange attraction to her daughter, it seems, although that's never really explicitly said. But she's also had a past relationship with John Hudiak's character. You've got Burt Lancaster, who kind of has the hots for Elizabeth Scott, and so he's trying to break them up. And then you've got Wendell Corey, who kind of has the hots for John Hudiak, who wants to break them up. So you've got sort of a weird dynamic going on, and all of this is presented in beautiful Technicolor, like just, those bursting colors, incredible wardrobe by the incredible Edith Head. If you look at her filmography where she was, the costume designer, I mean, I would endlessly be dropping, it's like almost every great movie, she's been the costume designer on it. And Elizabeth Scott looks fantastic in Technicolor and some of these great wardrobe choices. The desert in Technicolor, looks great. It's just it's not a, I don't even think it's a crime movie. I don't think any crime gets committed. There's a lot of sort of crime and criminal activity alluded to, but I would not call this a crime movie at all. Right? I would call this a fun drama where the past comes into play and there's some crime in the past, but really I'm trying hard not to call it a melodrama, but it's basically kind of a melodrama. A strange, love pentagon going on and, great acting. You've got basically the debuts of Burt Lancaster and Wendell Corey, two great film noir actors. So yeah, I would definitely give this one a try. Is it in the 1,000 movies before you die? Once we get to the 1,000, this is going to be one of those ones that will get bumped out. But right now, give this one a whirl. Burt Lancaster, Elizabeth Scott, Wendell Corey, Mary Astor. Who am I forgetting? John Hudiak. Oh, yes, and of course, the big question of any Burt Lancaster movie: does the shirt come off? The answer is yes, ladies. But unfortunately, it doesn't come off of Burt Lancaster. It comes off of John Hudiak, and the dude just does not have the bod of Burt Lancaster. So should have kept the shirt on, Johnny. Should have let Burt take the shirt off. But this is being his first movie. I guess that was not worked into the contract yet. It would come later. Full, all double barrel, double nipple barrel Burt. Double nipple barrel Burt does not make his appearance in this, but he will in the future. Although you do get double barrel nipples of John Hudiak, which is not the same. It's a little disappointing. One of those dudes looks better with his shirt on, like yours truly. All right, kids, we'll see you next time. Get busy watching or get busy dying.